Hello everyone, Glieken here, bringing you a Rivals over Ixalan draft. This is my first ever Rivals over Ixalan draft, and I only did one pre-release, so I still am relatively new to the cards. I am very shocked that I have all the art for all the cards. What do you do? Enchanted creature dies, return to battlefield under your control, then return this transformed. Add one, return. That seems like value. We could just take very strong merfolk card, a decent removal spell, Evolving Wilds is fine. I don't think Evolving Wilds is going to be good, because I still think that this is like a 2-color aggro format with like cards like this and this. I kind of want to try the rare because it's the first draft and I like grinding, but River Ambush is probably correct. We're going to take River Ambush. What do these do? This card is really hard to deal with. This card is a 2-mana 3/3. Trailblazer is solid. Card's not great. When it enters the battlefield, this card I actually think is really solid. This card, the number of bounce cards that came to blue, or it's dealt damage, it deals 5 damage to target creature and opponent controls. That doesn't seem awful if you have ways to deal with it. I'm between these 3 cards. This card just turns out to be so good. And at the same time, this could also just be a see a 2-drop, take a 2-drop, bash with 2 drops. Target creature gets +2/+2. I'm gonna take the Mana War. I could easily see this being a very wrong pick later on, but I feel like blue. Ooh, Silver Guild Adept. Is this a Merfolk? Not Merfolk. I feel like blue got a lot of cards that what do you do? Whenever it attacks another dinosaur gets flying, that's pretty decent. Bombard is a good card. Bombard's gonna take Bombard. I like Bombard over Silver Guild Adept, especially since we passed the green blue Merfolk, which might have just been, it very easily could have been the correct pick. But we're just gonna take the removal spell here. A lot of blue in this pack. I think this card's overrated. I think this card's solid. This card's not that great. This card's good if you're Merfolk. And this card can be decent, but Bombard is just always going to be good, so we're going to take it. By the way, blue got like this. It got, I believe, 2 common bounce spells as well as an uncommon bounce spell. So hopefully, Hornswoggle, just because it's fun to say. I also think it's not awful. Sealex is probably just better though. But with the presence of all the bounce, it's a little bit nice to have the idea that blue might be, or that things might slow down, things can't just go all in on enchantments and that sort of stuff. Just because of the sheer number of ways to deal with them. I think I'm gonna take Sea Legs here. I think it's between Sea Legs, Hornswoggle, nothing else is really pushing me to be into another color. Could take this and hedge that we might get some artifacts. It's also just like a solid card. It's a 4-mana 3/3, which is fine. Just whether we want the counterspell or the Sea Legs. I think Sea Legs is just gonna be better. See, like this card, Crashing Tide. Bounce a card, draw a card. Instant if you have a Merfolk, which I think I'm gonna take here. What does this do? It's just expensive Tormenting Voice. Cheap Merfolk that's not that great. Cards like this make things annoying. I'm gonna take the Crashing Tide. I do like Recover. I don't like picking Recover necessarily that high, but I like the card Recover. See, now this card I think is really good. In terms of our like aggro-y plan What does this do? Target creature you control explores, and I can play additional land this turn. Could be okay. Hill Giant that makes a treasure. Evolving Wilds. We have 1 mana 2/2. It's not that great. I'm gonna take hedge and take this card. If we end up with some like decent 2-drop pirates, we can get this card and the double strike card, and that's just a decent combo. I'm gonna make the cards a little bit bigger because I realized that they're a little small. Did I take it? I took it. Ascend. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If you have the city's blessing, you may put it on top of its library. Yep. Like, this is just a fine card in this format because people might try and go all in on something like Telenali's Crown, and we get to stop them. And then later on in the game, 2 mana Griptide is excellent, especially since like Griptide normally will be your turn, but if it's only 2 mana, you get to Griptide and potentially do something else. Another bounce spell I like. I do like Sailor of Means, especially if we get a couple cards with Ascend. I think we're just going to take the Crashing Tide here. Negate's fine. Evolving Wilds is fine. I like Evolving Wilds over Stone Quarry because it keeps us open to do more things, and they both kind of do the same thing. So really, it's just between Crashing Tide and Sailor of Means. I'm going to take the Crashing Tide. This Raptor can actually be pretty decent later on. It's like, it's a 2-drop that's not a 2-drop because you never want to play it on turn 2. Here I think it's between Negate and Evolving Wilds. I think we're going to take the Evolving Wilds. Okay, I like a card like this that we might want to splash. Who knows? Could take a Plummet or a Cleansing Ray. Take a Cleansing Ray. Here we're going to take the Soul of the Rapids over the... I think this is a Merfolk, and we do have 2 cards that care about Merfolk, and we could end up with more. We also want cards to be able to attack for our Deadeye, Brig Hauler. Yeah, we're going to take the Darter. Ooh, Hornswoggle Wield. We're good in blue. Ooh, and Plummet. I was thinking of taking Plummet over the Cleansing Ray. Now we have access to each, and I don't think we would ever bring in more than one. And the only reason why we would consider bringing them in at all is because we did get the Evolving Wilds to have the ability to splash if need be. Can't make my sideboard bigger. I can only make... Oh, this is the one that you get a whole bunch of treasure, isn't it? I don't think that's what we want to be doing. Card's sweet, but I don't think it's what we want to be doing. Random 2-drop's good, especially like if you get the Ascend and then you put a Crown on it, that's just as pretty good. That's fine. I think we're just taking this and Bombard here. Look at us, it's a new format. We drafted blue-red spells. Yeah, Bombard. We just need a win condition, which is kind of a reason to have taken the 3/2 Hexproof Flyer. It's just that it is a win condition that's hard to deal with. We do definitely need some creatures, as we have 2. One of which is only good if I have another creature. Still might splash this Reaver Ambush because we have the Evolving Wilds. Induced Amnesia does nothing. This is kind of a win condition. This is also just another one of these cards. Another Crown, some Pirate dude, some expensive Dinosaur dude. I think we're sticking to a plan taking this. Rather the 3/2 Temple play than the 2/1/1s. This might be Sailor. Ooh, this actually is probably just this 2/1. This card is a pretty real deal. Awakened Amalgam. Awakened Amalgam's power and toughness are equal to the number of differently named lands we control. Well, we have Evolving Wilds, so we're getting there. So it's a 4-mana 3/3 so far. Maybe a 4/4 if we're splashing a color, drew the splash and our Evolving Wilds. So here's between the Sailor of Means and the Trailblazer. I think I'm going to take the Sailor of Means here. We kind of just want to get a 2-drop. And we want a 2-drop that can attack, so we don't really want this barrier. Sailor of Means is just kind of good. But I also think I can also easily see Sailor of Means wheeling. Yeah, we'll take this Trailblazer. Foil Thing. When it enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to each creature without first strike, double strike, vigilance, or haste. We have none of those things, so we're never flipping it. So probably this card's really good. This is a really good card. So here's between the Trailblazer, Sailor of Means, and the Death Spitter. I think I might go with the Death Spitter here. Or maybe just not a 2-drop. Do we want Death Spirit of Sailor of Means? Like, our deck kind of is looking more to want Sailor of Means. But Death Spitter actually can put up a fight. Yeah, I'll take Death Spitter. Kumu's Awakening. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card. If we have the City's Blessing, only we draw a card. Kind of want to try it. It goes with our just like tempo plan. Like we take a turn off, but we can survive taking that turn off because we have things like Crashing Tide and the like. There's also nothing else for us in this pack, so we might as well try it. There's a negate and a big old dinosaur that's not in our colors, a barrier. Yeah, we'll try it. This is a card we'll take. We might have found a deck that wants Secrets of the Golden City. But this card's just good. This might be my favorite gold card in the set, and gold uncommon in the set. Just because it lets you do whatever you want to do, really. We're going to take the Sprinter. Another crown or another creature? I think we want another creature before we want another crown. But I do, like, early evaluation of the set, I think this is late for this crown. What does this pirate do? Another creature you control dies, we get an artifact. And it's a 4-mana 1/4. So there's that. We're going to take this pirate. Negate or the hexproof thing. Here I think we'll take the hexproof thing just because we're so low on creatures. We have ways to deal with things. Take another Spitfire. Could take this if we get the thing that gets more things. This gets you instant Cities plus. Oh. Not good. Don't have a way to combo it. Here we'll take another crown. Especially since now we have two things that, like, their enraged just deals more damage. That, like, going this into crown attack. Am I ever paying 5 for this, or do I just want a barrier? I think I just want a barrier. Sure. This card's pretty decent. So far, our deck is looking medium. We really just need something late gamey that can get there, because currently we don't have that. I guess this is kind of our late game plan. We're also never casting this at instant speed, but that's fine. Like, it still is bounce something, draw a card. Got a negate, which I'm happy about. Probably not going to main it, but I wouldn't fall someone too. Sure. We also just, like, have a deck here. Like, this is 23 playable cards that I believe doesn't have a card that I'm upset with. Repeating Barrage is good. Air Elemental is also, like, exactly the card we needed. And we're not really that aggressive for Repeating Barrage. This is unfortunate. Because, like, this is exactly, like, the kind of card that's just like, okay, we're stalling, then we're just going to beat them in the face with our air elemental. I think Repeating Barrage is just too good. Despite the fact that it's kind of hard for us to buy it back. We do have 2 Bombards. I'll take a Repeating Barrage. Yep. Also probably not playing these Hill Giants. Ooh. Do we have anything to get with this? No. Sun Crown Hunter and Tilnali's Crown. Oh my god! Sun Crown, Tilnali's Crown. We're gonna crown the thing. We're gonna do it. I think we're gonna take this. This is a way to take over the game. Especially if we go like free looter into this. Get a stall to actually make this be a possibility. Yeah. Charter course. Perfect. The only thing else in the pack is Brazen Buccaneers for us. Trove of Temptation. There's a Water Trap Reaver. There's also Prosperous Pirates, which helps gets us to our... Well, I guess it doesn't really help because it's just the next turn. There's also Sun Crown Hunter. I feel like our early game interaction, we don't really want the Water Trap Reaver. Despite the fact it is a Merfolk, which does let us cast this at instant speed. I think we just need the Sun Crown Hunter to help us out. Could take Trove. Trove gets us to ascend really quickly, and then we get the Sunbird's Invocation the next turn. Trove will probably wheel. I think it's between the Hunters and the Weaver. Weaver's probably the correct pick, but our 3-drop is just so heavy with interaction as well. That's a late Contract Killing. That's a late Territorial Hammer Skull. It's a late go. So white is open. Black is kind of open. And I guess we're taking Gilded Sentinel. Cool. That's what I wanted to take. Do it. Sirens. Ooh, a 2-drop. This is what we wanted. And it's a great 2-drop. Yeah. Fire Cannon Blast. Could take the Siren's Ruse. Siren's Ruse flickers a couple of things. Did we ever get a Sailor of Means? We did not, did we? It's unfortunate. We only have one Merfolk for these, and we're probably cutting it because it's bad. I guess we'll just take Fire Cannon Blast. This card's actually okay. Do I actually want the Wily Goblin over the Headstrong Brute? I think we do. Just think that can like ramp us up to cards that we care about. Instead of this thing that can't block, which is what we want to do. Yeah. So I think Negate gets out, Gleaming Barrier gets out. Gleaming Barrier might come back in. Probably are not doing the Tilnali's Crown plan as much as like we have cards that work well with it. Not playing River Darter. Though we probably will be bringing River Darter in if we're go against like a Dino deck. Sentinel. I play one of the freebooters, but don't really want to play 2, especially since we get to go freebooter into a 6-drop. Against a more controlling deck, I like bringing in Shorekeeper. Just putting this over there for now. Now it doesn't really matter what we take because, like, there's no reason to hate because we're in a league. That's how leagues work. Probably not playing these crowns. This is not a crown deck. As much as I want to put it on Soul of the Rapids. Bring that in against occasional things. Wow. Blue was so open pack 1 and got so cold pack 2. Or pack 3. I think our deck looks sweet. It's very tempo oriented of just like we're gonna kill their things and we're gonna bounce their things and we're gonna just make sure they're not doing anything. We die to the word hexproof just about all the time. I don't think we're playing either Kill on his crown. Maybe one. We might play one just because of like a final burst with these guys can be pretty decent. It's just so much damage with these guys. You put it on, it deals 2 damage, you attack for 5. Even if they block, you get the trample damage and another 2 damage, so it's essentially just like, and you're killing, and you assume you kill one of theirs guys, so it's like deal 5, kill a guy, or deal 5, fling your guy at their guy, and deal 5 to their face. Seems okay. I don't think this card's gonna make our deck. Kind of want it to, but I don't think it's going to. We only have 13 creatures, so we probably are actually just bringing this back in. Cutting this, cutting 2 more cards. Sea Legs is early interaction and can like help make a lot of our creatures actually survive. Let's group our creatures separately. Alright, so yes, probably. Yeah, all of our creatures are in. I like our bounce spells, I like our removal spells. Sea Legs is our worst removal spell, and then we still need to cut one more thing. I like Hornswoggle, especially because we have so much bounce. We get to bounce something and then Hornswoggle it on the way back in. It's like a scary thing. Maybe it's just Charter Course. Draw 2 cards isn't good enough. It's probably one of these freebooters. And I don't think it's right to play this, but I want to try it out. Mostly because of what our deck is doing. Like having a quicken, like having a Howling Mind effect can keep our value up while we're tempoing them out. I think if we're playing this, we're not playing this. And probably just not playing Sea Legs, because we're not getting too much creature. Maybe we just cut this 2-1. No, because we need dudes. I think these guys are just strong. I could be wrong. Who knows? I'll probably easily look back at this video and laugh. Yeah, let's get rid of the Sea Legs. Or maybe just get rid of like one of the bounce spells. We have 3, or Hornswoggle. Or they're harder to cast removal spells. I don't think we get rid of removal spell ever. Let's probably just get rid of this and go on with our lives, but I want to try it. So Sea Legs probably actually stays in. Do we want to cut one of these 3 drops? Do we want to cut like this guy for another Brazen Freebooter? I don't think so, just because of our curve. Do we want to cut this guy for a Brazen Freebooter? Just to get the treasure out to try and get to our 6 drops? I think the answer is no. We do want our Evolving Wilds. And this gives us 10 red sources, 8 blue sources, which I think is fine for us. Might even just want it to be 11-7. Yeah, I think 11-7 is fine, because we have a couple of double blue spells. Because we want to be able to cast like RE Peanut Barrage or Blast, and especially because we're playing the Wily Goblin, I think we want to get that on time. So here's our deck. Don't know how good it's going to be, but it's the first draft, so we're trying some new things out. Let's see how it goes. See you for round 1.